All right, we're live now. Today's guest is Priest Gadaiwan. I hope I pronounced that right again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is our first interaction. I have seen some of his content primarily on Instagram, and um, was very impressed by some of your perspective on a lot of social issues that we have in the United States, at least for the most part. I mean, I think we can both agree that this country is
It's
has
fucked
a
up.
heck of a it has a heck of a history,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and and that, a lot of it I obviously don't agree with it being a person of as well of
Mhm,
color and indigenous
mhm,
background, um, and recently obviously being a quote unquote Mexican
mhm,
and having with the ICE raids and
mhm.
just all kinds of like I see a lot of hatred towards people of ethnic backgrounds, people that
Right,
have a rich history of their own, and not necessarily sure why there's so much hatred towards that. I don't know if it's based on envious intentions or whatever, but I can say that we have the same oppressor.
right. The exact same oppressor.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I
yeah,
mean, yeah. If you would like to introduce yourself a little bit more,
yeah. No
please.
sweat. My name is Priest Gadaiwan. I'm a priest and officer of 1,000 of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana. We're a Bible-based group, and we teach that Black, Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians are descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. So we look as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians as one race of people, one
Mm,
family. Of course, there's different tribes, which is why I mentioned 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, biblically speaking, but they're just one people. They have the same forefathers. So
mm,
that's what we teach right now. So when I'm looking at you, I don't see, today in times they say you're Mexican, but you're my brother, like by
yeah, yeah,
blood. You get my point? So that's what the
yeah. I see.
basis of our organization teaches. So
How long have you? When did you start devoting your time on that, or
mhm.
what inspired you? What
I
was
think
the?
about like 4 years ago, I kind of like forget, I don't really keep count. I kind of joined the school. Uh, but what really made me join was this. It's a time you get, being, black or Hispanic or in America, somebody
Yeah,
who's just going through a life and just realizing that there's a man that's oppressing you and you don't know why. You kind of go search for different reasons. Of course, like you said earlier, like I don't know why was somebody hated people so much. Why would
yeah,
somebody just steady keep on abusing me for no reason when we have tried to do would just love them? And it made me
uh-huh.
just find out, it led to a deeper, more spiritual answer. You get my point? So that's
Yeah,
kind of why I joined the school. And of course, what I knew about God was a lie. It was according to the Bible. Most people say they follow God. I mean, like we're talking about right now, we're talking about America. America paints itself as a Christian nation.
mm-hmm.
Christians existed when they came and then colonized the so-called indigenous. Those were Christian people. When they came and enslaved so-called black people, those was Christian people. America was established on Christianity at the exact same time, having people in bondage. So,
Yeah,
you know, I was tired of serving the exact same God they did and had to go find the true God, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
for you know what I mean. So,
It's interesting because I think a lot of the times when the Constitution was written, it was all like I just imagine
hmm
a room full of white people, of
right,
well-off white people,
hmm
and when they were making comments such as "all men are created equal"
right,
and all those great quotations, I don't
right,
think
right,
it necessarily apply to people like ourselves, and in fact, when that was said, there was black slavery still going on,
yeah,
and it's
exactly,
crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Like, so it's like, how can I celebrate 4th of July knowing damn well when that Constitution was being written, it had nothing to do with people of color. It had more to do with white Christians or white supremacy of that nature or in that realm amongst that realm.
right.
At least that's what I think of it. At least.
I think that personally, I think that you would not be a better American if Well, you would be a bad American if you celebrated the 4th of July being a Mexican. I think what has happened throughout life and the earth in America is that white Americans are the only people who's allowed to have American values. White Americans would never celebrate a day where they was enslaved and somebody called it freedom. Get my
Mm,
point? So now
yeah.
you here today and you have to even feel like we have to, like when I talk to people and I say I don't celebrate the 4th of July, it's like I'm damn near an evil man. But a white American would understand that he would never celebrate a day where somebody said it's all about freedom when his people was enslaved. So it's your right not to celebrate that day. You literally have no choice. You literally
Hmm.
have no choice, you know?
Yeah. And and to think about it, it all started because of tax on.
Right. Forget about it, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like see, so what's the funniest part? If I could, like, you bring that about the taxes, is that like, remember you talked about my content, like about the hypocrisy,
yeah.
like, and I really want to really circle it around the fact about black people and Hispanic people are not allowed to be in Americans or patriots, and when I say that, meaning that, like you mentioned, they was mad because of taxes. Now today, you can't even be mad because of the ICE raids.
Mm,
You're not even allowed to be mad because of ICE raids when America wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for men being mad because of taxes.
hmm.
Complaining about things is an American value that black and Hispanic people have been denied, and we're taught that we're victims for doing so.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that. It's it's funny. I have my fair share of critics in my social media,
Mhm.
and a lot of the times like, oh, you're victim mentality. I'm like, no, I'm not victim mentality. Like, I'll show you victim mentality.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just specifying the struggle that a lot of people don't want to speak of.
Right.
You know, I think the truth lies by the people that are oppressed.
Right.
Malcolm X said something like that around those quotes.
Right.
If you want to know the truth, speak to the people that are oppressed
Yeah.
rather than to the people that are being successful and etc.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I agree with that. Um, I agree. I agree with some of the things that Malcolm X said, and I think one of the values that I loved about him was the unity amongst your own community
Right.
and self care and self development. You know, obviously he was African American, where he was discussing about
Mhm.
black money and
Mhm.
of that nature, and that is very true to me. I was like, man, how come my community can't do such such things?
Right.
You know, and I don't really see too much grave difference between the African American community and the quote unquote Mexican community.
Mhm.
There are some similarities and commonalities. I think we're both cultures are family oriented. You
Right.
know, but that because I think we are. I feel like it derives from being tribal people.
Right.
You know, having that the kinship
Yeah.
amongst ourselves, and that's why I feel that we have value. We have that same
Yeah.
common thing.
Yeah, black and Mexicans are literally like when you're going into their cultures, they're literally the same exact thing. Like it's no different at all. Like we literally go through the exact same thing. We've been through the exact same thing. Nobody had a harder struggle than somebody else.
Hmm.
Literally. It's just because throughout being in America, we have been taught majority about the transatlantic slave trade. The transatlantic slave trade was started with the so-called Mexicans or the so-called people from South and Central America when Columbus came to the shores. They sent these people over to Europe and said it was good business. So the slave
Yeah.
trade actually started in what would you say Mexico, South and Central America. That's where people was taking people from and enslaving them by the millions. So today
Yeah,
we don't know about it, you know?
yeah, yeah. From at least from my understanding of it,
Mhm.
the Spanish conquistador
Mhm.
brought brought black slaves, but they also brought some weren't of slave. They
Mhm.
were also like conquistadores or
Mhm.
conquerors of themselves. The history there is very strange because of the methods between English slavery amongst Spanish slavery is very different. Uh, Similar but different. The tactics were very different. English and British and French colonization was more eradicate everything,
Right.
and and give despair to every single life form out here in these, or the inhabitants of the Americas. And as for Spain, or the Spanish colonizer, they didn't necessarily thought of that type of ideology. If anything, they tried to assimilate some of these people into the in the form of Catholicism, in a form of like, we're going to, I guess, sometime bamboozle these people to give us the wealth that we want,
Right.
which is primarily gold. But in the indigenous people didn't see gold as extremely valuable. Yeah,
Mhm.
was as it's as of like, okay, we know of diamonds, right, of today, right?
Right.
And some of us are kind of like cool with sequoia stones, like what's that called, that the rock that kind of looks like diamond but it's not.
Um, it's on top of my head. I don't know if you think about the one I'm thinking about.
but but
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we were there. They saw gold as just kind of like as of whatever, while the rest of the world thought of it as to be the most valuable precious stone, I mean precious metal out in the world.
Right.
And we valued more feathers and jade, turquoise, especially turquoise in Mesoamerica, because we associated with a lot of more of a morphological views over how my ancestors saw the world. And it's crazy, bro, that like how they implemented these indigenous people having to fight one another, and the Spanish people were the first people to experience guerrilla warfare
Mhm.
before the English people, of the French people and British people, to experience guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare was invented by indigenous tactics.
Right.
Because before those motherfuckers would line up, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
just
would
right
line
there with
up,
it. This
fucking Gatling gun right in front of them, and like, we're going to go to war. You know,
right.
indigenous people were
It's
not like that.
crazy.
Indigenous people was like, I'm gonna try to get this individual however way that I can, and if
Right.
it's coming indirect or by surprise or whatnot, ambushes and shit like that, then those were all learned behaviors from indigenous warfare.
Right.
I don't know where that whole lineup shit came from, but that shit was nutty to me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
about to
shit's
go to war.
crazy.
You know what I
I used to
mean?
thought that shit was a lie, man. I thought that was a lie. I thought that was a lie. Like this couldn't be true. Like you telling me, like these people who's supposed to be the most civilized people in the world, was this how they went to war? Just lined up and just shot cannons at each other?
Yeah. Hey, they had to be some brave or some
Crazy.
stupid mother.
Yeah,
You
they
know
had
what
to
I
be
mean? Like,
crazy. They had to
lining
be
up in front of
crazy.
cannons and shit. All right, we're gonna get started now, guys.
Yeah.
Like that. That shit's, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, the warfare tactics here in the what we know it as now as America, as a whole continent. Um, yeah, it was different. It was not. It was nothing what it was in what we know as the old world or whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, the Spanish colonizer, their methods of colonization was different for every country. Different in
Yeah.
different areas. Some
Yeah.
areas got really colonized and pretty much beaten to a pulp that they're no
Right.
longer there anymore. Whether
Right.
they whether they were outbred or just straight blatantly murdered or
Right.
whatnot. But
Especially like you said in the Catholicism, like if you didn't accept the Catholicism, like you just was murdered.
mm-hmm.
And you just died. I think
Yeah.
like I think somebody is this you might know his name, but he was indigenous man that basically said like there was like that they try to burn him alive and they was like, well, if you just accept, Christianity or Catholicism, you'll be saved or you will go to hell. And he said, well, white people be in hell. And he was like, no. Then he's like, that's where I want to go. Like a lot of people don't understand about the crimes that happened to the so-called indigenous of the land. Like, for example, some of my content, like when I say the things I say in regards to indigenous, you have black people who would say, "Well, nah, they didn't go through what we went through." Now, imagine that. Imagine a people that's been downtrodden so bad, arguing with each other about who had it worse. That's only people who have been, you know, killed by the millions will argue about who had it worse. Who had it worse? So, like I said, I'm always willing. I'm always there to speak up for the indigenous, speak up for Mexicans because I understand that for so long they felt like they can't even say the pain that they're experiencing because there's certain black people out there who feel like, hey man, we had it worse. When
Yeah.
in my eyes, this is the exact same thing. Exact same people dying by the millions, being tortured, and being fed a religion that they did not believe in.
It's crazy. I want to say this. So I live in Santa Barbara,
Hmm.
and it's like 50-50 white and 50-50 Mexican or Latino.
Hmm.
Um, it varies. It goes up and down over the years, but there's not a lot of African American community here
Hmm.
or of other racial. I mean, there is some Asians, but it's not a large community. Just recently, there was an altercation by homeless people outside of a shopping center at my brother's job,
Hmm.
and this individual, slashed him with a blade,
Hmm.
and this individual ran into the grocery store, and the cops shot him to death,
Hmm.
and it's crazy because I feel like he was a black man, bro. The one
Right.
that got shot, he was a black man. I was like, why why was it the initial thought to do that rather to, like, I don't know, tase him,
Right.
or figure out something that, obviously this guy's fucking terrified. He's an older man. He just did some heinous crime, or some crazy shit that he was terrified.
Hmm.
It's like, oh damn, now I'm wanted, looked for, because of
Right. He
what
was
I just
homeless too,
did.
right?
Yeah.
Like, see, yeah,
So
that's like the point, man. Like, black people are not allowed to be sick in America. Like, black and Mexicans are not allowed to be sick. We're not allowed to be homeless in America. This man, I'm pretty sure he's probably a sick individual. He probably, like you said, he's homeless, he's hungry, he did something. And the law, the justice system, you're supposed to get, due process. However, especially in this time, have you seen the news with the National Guard being sent to black neighborhoods? You have doing the ICE raids, and they're always saying this that the black on black crime is throughout the roof. They say these illegal immigrants are criminals. All of these things are lies. That way, like you mentioned, that black man who ran in that store could be shot to death, and everybody would say, "Well, he was a criminal." When white criminals get due process.
yeah,
I don't yeah, I don't know if you know this, right?
I,
Please go
like,
ahead.
okay, so I want to say this real quick.
Uh-huh.
So the African American
Uh-huh.
did a crime, but it was for one individual, whatever that might be, the altercation or whatnot.
Mhm.
Now that you mention this, I can't help to think about those mass shooters that that done
Forget about it.
12
You know this
times
dude.
higher. You
Oh
know what I
my
mean?
goodness.
And they still have the opportunity to be apprehended, handcuffed, and due process. But when an African American or any person of color just does, whatever it might be, the cause that somebody obviously lost their life, and they also
Yeah.
get tragically, ended their life.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, I think there's a dude named the man's name is Dylan Roof. I think he went to a black church and shot up 8 people in the church. And you know what happened with him? You would think they would have shot a man on the site. You would think a police officer would have did that and been a godly and righteous man for doing so. He just got done killing 8 people in church. They brought him to Burger King after that. He said
Yeah.
he was hungry. They brought him to Burger King.
I remember that. I remember that, dude. That dude had a bowl cut and everything,
Yeah, brung,
huh?
they they brung him to Burger King. It was another white man who murdered some black guy on the station,
That,
train station, in New York. Go ahead.
it's crazy to me, bro, that there's that commonality right there. The
Hmm.
Mexican American community wouldn't go to a church and start fucking,
Right,
shooting up everybody that's in there. They wouldn't do that. They have
right.
morals and respect
Morals,
towards
exactly.
that religion or whatever it might
Compassion.
be. And it's funny that
Yeah,
you said, because I never ever heard in my life, in my 36 years of living, I never heard an African American going to a church and started just, you
just
know
shooting up.
Yeah, I've never heard that. It's
It's crazy, right?
it's
And it's
yeah,
like
it's
the nerve of hearing who the people are that are doing it. Predominantly, white men, young white men doing it, and that the nerve they want to say that black and Mexicans are criminals. Are you kidding me? The thing I learned about white people is that because they're so naive and they filled with so much racism, their racism will hurt them. Imagine, talking about how black on black crime is throughout the roof. Black people are criminals, Mexicans are criminals. Then you watch a white man go and shoot up a school, and you had to lose your child because you were so naive and thinking that black and Mexicans were the issue in America. Like racism will always hurt white people. Black people and Mexicans are not a threat to white people. If anything, black and Mexicans have showed throughout time and time and time again that although so-called white people have oppressed us, we will always be there to support them. So that's what the real thing is. Like you said, what makes us better, and you said this earlier, I think before we start this live about like why they hate us. I have a whole bunch of reasons why they hate us, but one of them I found out to be undeniably true is the fact that we just have better morals than them. Like we just a better people when it comes down to morals and compassion. We're not as cruel as they are. And that's why we're
mhm.
on the bottom because we can't do what you have to do to beat this man. You can't out cruel this man. Like if we talk about all the things that he have done just to get to his seat right now, it will make your stomach ache just reading the history about it. I'm pretty sure you know about it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, like you said, man, we just have better morals than them. Better
most
morals
def
than them.
most definitely we do. Even if we don't understand whatever community is doing what,
Right.
I think a lot of the times we stand like we just look at a third person perspective and not necessarily infiltrate and start dismantling and I guess what I say detribalizing people to just break their morality.
Mhm.
And if there is a lot of brown on brown crime, black on black crime, or of any ethnic, background, it's because those people were put
Mhm.
in a position where the system put us there. In essence,
Right.
you know, um, when you're getting help from the government, there's a system where it keeps you there. It doesn't allow you to grow out of it. Like, oh,
Mhm.
you're making too much money now, you can't have housing, and you're a
Yeah.
single mother or a single parent or whatever it may be, the circumstances of why you're there,
Right.
or you're getting SSI, social security income or supplement income, and you're making too much money that you're not able to uplift yourself or ground you know what I mean? Like this, it just
Right.
consistently keeps you there. It
Right.
doesn't allow you to get out of that bad predicament that you may be in your life in that moment. And now you have a cluster of people that are struggling. They're trying to make things, you know, happen for their family or for themselves or whatever may be the purpose. The it's like, what do you expect to come out of that? What do you?
Exactly. Exactly. Like you said, what do you expect? Like I don't know what people expect from black people and Mexican people when you're poor in America. Like there's no other option being poor in America. That has been what has always happened. And we talk about all these other white ethnic groups who come over here as immigrants, they have always came over here poor and has always came over here committing so much crime. I'm talking about way more crime than black people could even imagine. We talk
Oh,
about like the white gangs and everything.
yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say that.
mhm.
I'm sorry that I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, no, go ahead, please.
When the Ukraine and Russian thing started happening, I remember hearing that those individuals, that refugees that came to the United States, they had I guess we would know it as a starter pack, bro,
Oh my
of
goodness, man.
United
Don't get me
States.
started with that.
They got a fucking house, I think a Tesla, if I'm not mistaken, or some shit.
Yeah,
They had a starter pack, bro, and it's like, what the fuck, like, where's the starter pack for us? Like, you know what I
right,
mean? Like, we don't have generational wealth like yourself. You obviously have 200 plus years of
right.
generational wealth,
Mhm.
and we have 200 plus years of oppression back
Right. Like
generations of.
you would think like, damn, like give me something at least. Like you would think like right now, if you're familiar with what's going on in Israel right now, how much money America's giving Israel. I'm talking about billions of dollars they're giving to Israel. You'd be
Mhm.
like, man, what is Israel offering for America? Like, what is Israel doing for America? How are they benefiting America more than black and Mexicans? And you do the research, nothing close. But yet
Mhm.
America gives them billions and billions and billions of dollars while they go and kill kids. I don't know how much kids Israel has killed by now, but they're killing kids. America is sending them hard tax dollars from its U.S. citizens. And here's the funny part too: those Israelis, they believe that the people in America, these white Americans, are goyim, which means they think they're just lesser than them, and they're
Yeah,
giving them all the
inferior.
money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never
Yeah.
met no black or Mexican who look at white people and be like, "Oh, I'm better than white people." If anything, we just want to stop, you know, being oppressed.
Yeah, we want to live
Only
peacefully.
peacefully. That's it. That's all we ever asked. We ain't never said that, oh, we're the superior race. It has always been like, hey, look, please just don't come and arrest my grandmother at her business, being a hardworking woman. Please don't go arrest my father at Home Depot for getting the tools to build a white man's house. You get my point?
I see
All
your
we
point.
ask
I
is
fucking
to
see your point, bro.
that's it. We're not asking to say like, oh, we the supreme ones. We're like, hey man, look, we putting into your society, we working hard, we're not even complaining. And if we do complain, we complain about getting a job. Imagine that. Like they had this whole DEI situation going on. Black
Mhm.
people was complaining about getting a job. It wasn't like they was complaining just sitting on their ass at home. They was complaining about getting a job. All we have ever done in America is work so hard thinking that we could change white people's mind and make them love us when history has shown it is impossible. And if I could, one
Mhm.
second, I see a comment. Somebody said JLW when I said so-called indigenous. I say so-called a lot when I'm talking about when I say black, Hispanics, and so-called indigenous or native Indians, because in our belief that we are worth something greater. We're greater than being called black. We're greater than being called Mexican. Like, and what we teach as well is that before this, now I'm about to say it again, so-called indigenous got to the Americas, what you would call it, right? We came from Israel. We're descendants of the Israelites. And the name, that's why we say the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We believe that we all descend from those men. And that's why I say so called, not in no disrespectful way, not saying that y'all were not the people of this land first. So I just want
Yeah.
to clear it up.
I- Also, I want to tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
Gadaiwan. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize. New
You
word for
good?
me.
You can call me
Uh,
Gadai for sure. Most people just say
Gadai.
Gadai. Yeah.
Gadaiwan. I don't
Yeah.
want to be. I want to say the whole word. Gadaiwan.
Mm-hmm.
From my experience, from
Mm-hmm.
coming, the background that I come from, I don't, I don't believe in foreign uh, philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
I might agree with some of them,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, I try to stick to what my ancestors believe, and
Mm-hmm.
I respect your point of views, and I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate a lot of your perspectives for
Mm-hmm.
sure, most definitely, because I
Mm-hmm.
agree with them.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to specify that,
Mm-hmm.
just because I see a lot of things on the internet
Mm-hmm.
that is that it feels insulting to me because of like the culture that I know of, the
Mm-hmm.
history that I know, and
Yeah, like
but
you saying
I don't address it though because it's just like, oh, it's never gonna be an ending back. It's
yeah,
never
like kind of
gonna.
like black people saying that we was here first type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's
yeah,
don't
things
get
of
caught
that
up in that,
nature.
man. That's black people like, and that's what just shows that we're the same people because people trying to find an identity. Because that's all it is. It's just them having identity stripped from them, and they want to. I mean, so kinds of black people, brother, where it's like, what are you talking about? They believe
Hmm.
America's Egypt. They believe that slavery wasn't real, the slave ships wasn't real. All that's a damn lie. It's a damn lie. And I,
Yeah,
like you said, that's the colorism. Like you will see, like a brother like you, like we the same shade of brown, and they were like, "Oh, we was here first. We was these so-called indigenous of the land, these so-called Native Americans." They'll say today, no, they say they lying. They not really indigenous. Those black people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
all.
I've seen things of the like that on the internet, and
Yeah.
then even regardless, I might not like believe in the whole like Israel thing,
Mhm.
but that's me as an individual,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I do love to have discussions. I've
Mhm.
spoken with many people with different religious backgrounds,
Mhm.
Mormons, obviously Christians,
Mhm.
Jehovah Witnesses, and Catholics. I was originally born into a Catholic family. They
Mhm.
were, I want to say they were like pretending to be Catholics. They weren't really devoted,
No, I
but you
understand.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then my religious views changed as I got older, as got into my teens.
Mhm.
I was a Christian. Got baptized when I was like 23, I believe,
Right.
and I did the whole shebang. But over the course of my life, I seen that a lot of it just kind of I became agnostic. I believe there is a greater being out there.
Mhm.
Do I know who or she or what it is? I don't. Do I
Mhm.
know how to speak to it or all that? Many people have their own personal views of how they run their manage their life. But
Yeah.
I've dedicated my life, as I've been dedicating my life to learning the language of my people.
Mhm.
Uh, by knowing the language of my people, I've seen old codexes and old times. A lot of old information. I see it in a different perspective as other people do because I recognize the language a little bit more and be able to decipher the improper phonetics rich writings of of the words that was being
Mhm.
used to identify or specify things. So it's been a heck of a spiritual journey for me,
Right.
but I do love the black, brown, Mexican, the Native American unity because, in all honesty, I would love to see that. I want to see that because I feel if that happens, bro, obviously white supremacy won't be at where it's at.
Right.
And not
Exactly.
because it's not because like you said earlier, it's because no, I don't feel like we're more superior than they are. It's more as I want my fair, my
Yeah.
my real equal rights, my real justice, my real. You know what I'm saying? Like I want that peace. That's the. I just want to live peaceful, bro. I don't want to be the billionaire or anything like that. I just want to see my family happy, including myself, just living prosperous and enjoying
Right.
life. Because we obviously have one life. Uh, First, depending on what you believe in, but
Yeah.
you
Like
know what I mean? Like,
you just want what everybody is old. Everybody's old peace. Nobody should has to
mhm.
worry about dying going to a grocery store.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you don't have to worry about that. You know what
it's
I mean?
crazy that you say that, bro. Because I used to be a gangbanger back in my day.
Mhm.
Uh, Even though I'm not an active member anymore, I know that how society is and
Yeah.
how people, treat it. Every time I go out, I think of many things. I think about gang stuff, obviously, gang warfare, territories. But the biggest one that I'm more worried about is police
Yeah, man. Good night.
brutality and
The
police.
biggest gang of them all, huh?
Yeah, that's the one that I'm really like worried about. You know, it's not so much about my own community and their own clubs or gangs or however they identify them. It's more of police is who I'm more uncomfortable with. You know, uh, I could just be hanging around my car or in a car, and then just because I'm hanging in the car in this nice family diverse neighborhood, I'm gonna be pulled over just for being brown suspicious to them. You
Right. That's it.
know,
That's all you need.
you
That's
know what
all
I
you
mean?
need.
Like
You need to be
I don't.
brown and brown in a white neighborhood. Not you
Yeah.
need to be brown in a good neighborhood, which lets you know
Yeah.
that you don't belong in good neighborhoods. Like you could have
Mhm.
easily had a good house there. You could have owned a house in that neighborhood, but you don't belong in that neighborhood.
Mhm.
You don't
Mhm.
belong there, which is the problem like we're having. Like it's like, can I just like at least just relax? Like, and I keep on pressing that point because Black and Mexicans have never we're not what they say complaining. We're not complaining about, hey, we need $1 million. We're just been complaining about, hey, can we finally live? Can we finally live? Can we live how white people live? Can I experience the earth the way they experience the earth? Can I have the same freedoms that they have? Why can't I? Am I not working hard enough? I work hard. Do I don't love you enough? If you think about all the crimes that happened to so-called black and Mexicans throughout history, we have never ever did to them what they would have did to another country for doing that. If the crimes that happen to black and Mexicans happen to another country, it will be a world war. That's a
Mhm.
fact. Those people, right? I mean, good night. American history showed that they dropped bombs on America. Pearl Harbor, they dropped bombs on America, and America went to go drop nukes on them. So they all have this idea about like, oh, eye for an eye is bad. Just forgive and forget when it comes down to us. When America has always been an eye for an heart. You do something bad to me, I do something worse to you. One person hurts our country. One person is a terrorist in our country. They go and bomb the entire Middle East for people who just looks like him.
Mm.
So we never did that. And we would have been justified according to America's beliefs of doing that. Like you mentioned earlier, those colonists who was part of Great Britain, they just live on a different land. They went to go and fight because of taxes. Me and you both could say that we experienced more oppression than being taxed.
Yeah.
We experienced
Yeah.
more than that. So I at least could be right in being mad just because I'm getting taxed. That's
Of
it.
course.
That's my bare minimum. But because I'm
Yeah.
experiencing so more, I still have not did what those colonists would have did, and that built America.
It's that hypocrisy we
The
use.
hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the worst thing that could ever happen to America is that if, like you mentioned, other people besides white people start actually holding American values. See, you and I have been sold a pipe dream when it comes down to how to live peaceful in America. Like, oh, it's all about law and order. Like you said, in your past, you was a gangbanger. In your past, they might told you, well, if the cops come, it's on you because you're a gangbanger. And then you
Yeah.
sit back and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably just has a bad life because of me being gang member. Oh, that cop might just be pulling me over because I'm a gang member.
Yeah.
Then you stop being a gang member and you have the exact same life now that you had back then. Then you
Yeah.
watch other white gang members do not get pulled over. You watch white serial killers. I did some research. White serial killers, by the time they get caught, they probably on their 20th body, which lets you know what? White people cannot be policed. You
Yeah.
cannot police white people. If you're finding these serial killers on a 40th victim, that means that these police officers are not doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing it. So I think, like you
Yeah.
said, white supremacy just going to hurt more white people at the end.
Yeah. If we were to actually, not saying this is a solution, but if we were to actually treat people how we were being treated, like if we were to treat white people the way that we've been treated, I don't even think they have it in their heart to really understand the, the prolonged pain that we have.
Right.
You know what I mean? Um,
It's funny too, if I could
I
add.
think it would go back to what you said earlier about like an eye for a heart. Like
Yeah.
if we were to
Like,
try to,
right? Like what could we possibly do that would be like, okay, like I mentioned earlier, if Japan dropped bombs on America, Pearl Harbor, and America goes over there and drops nukes on them, that's the eye for the heart. You do something to me, I do something to you bigger for you. If I can let you know, do not mess with me again. What can that do? What can black and Mexicans do that would be the heart? Like, what can we do to them? And whatever the answer is, we would not want to do it. If the answer
mm-hmm,
is hypothetically, oh, like let's just enslave them, I know a majority of my people be like, hell no, this in the past.
yeah.
But
Like
if you get,
we're not that type of people.
we're not that right. But if I let these white kids right now have that chance to experience what their great grandfathers did, they would not miss that opportunity. They would take it in a blink of an eye. Like it was a story that came out about the Young Republican Committee, a bunch of young white white boys, and I don't know if any girls was involved,
Mm-hmm.
but it came out with all their racist conversation, talking about they love being Nazis, calling black people niggers, all these different things, hating so-called immigrants. And I'm like, well, damn, like you keep telling me that slavery was so long ago. You keep telling me that racism was so long ago. Now these are young Republicans, meaning they're gonna be the next people up to be hold positions of power. And they
Mm-hmm.
hate black and Mexicans just like their great great grandfather did. Why? Their great great grandfather did what he did to make sure they had a better life. They
Yeah.
make sure they had a better life. They are responsible for what their great great grandfather did because he's the reason why they did it. And like you said, me and you have two different beliefs, but it's one thing that's so spiritual that we believe in is that the spirit of a people do not change. Meaning that you have the same vibe and the same spirit that your ancestors had, which is why you so you know zeal. We call it zeal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Passion of wanting to study your ancestors. That's something that everybody should have the right to do is take the culture of your ancestors.
Yeah.
And we are taught that white people do not want the culture of their ancestors, but why wouldn't they? Their culture of their ancestors is just straight on killing another people. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's yeah. Their culture is
There's
a
nothing else to it.
long, long trail of blood and agony and war. I mean that's my stereotype to what I believe that white people's culture is.
That's it.
And if any of them do participate in a culture, it's probably because it has been stolen by another ethnic group,
That's
you know, and its customs. But for the most part, I think their own culture is that it's
yeah. Is that
a
it's
long
just
blood trail of agony and pain.
and I think that's kind of like why America's on the verge of being at the end of its days.
It's, give me one moment. My mother
Yeah.
just tuned in. Hello.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No,
It's
you
because
good.
my mom's a senior citizen and she doesn't know the technology.
I feel it, man.
I
But where
mean,
was that, man? I forgot where we was at.
white people culture, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like yeah, man. Like I said, I think America's at the verge of its last days, really because like if you see how white societies has always been able to thrive, it was because they just took the culture of another people.
mm-hmm,
But what happens when you didn't killed everybody, and now you have to have your own train of thought? Like every other civilization had their own train of thought. When I say this, I mean they came up with their own ideas, their own way of living without having to rely on other people. How so? But, however, white people have always thrived by taking another people's culture. Like when they got over here to the Americas, they want to paint that Europe was the greatest civilization. Europe was the worst civilization to ever exist on the face of the earth. Like
mm-hmm.
they almost like if it wasn't for them coming over here and finding the Americas and experiencing a people that was so peaceful and kind, they would have all just went extinct. I think they lost half their population just from bad hygiene. And this is a fact. The
Yeah,
plague was happening because they had bad hygiene. They were starving to death. The crime was crazy. They did not know how to live. But then yet
no,
they found the so-called natives and they taught them everything they know and they rewarded them with death.
yeah,
With death.
yeah. It's very true. Uh, that it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's that's it's that's. I'm just imagining, you know. I know that every culture or every community has their imperfections. You know, I believe that we're perfect to be imperfect. You know, so nobody's gonna. We can all thrive as a nation, but even within the nation, there's always going to be struggles. because there's always going to be somebody that's arrogant or just people that just, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
There's
man. I
always
like
going to be issues, and the Native Americans or indigenous populations here, yeah, we might not have been perfect. You know, we might have had our own strong graphic rituals, or we had skirmishes amongst ourselves. But a lot of the times when we had skirmishes amongst ourselves, when we would take over territory, those people would be, I guess, what to say, annexed into the tribe. They
right,
wouldn't be obliterated to a point that they are non-existent anymore. You know,
right.
um, it's 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 always, I don't know what it is, bro. It's just it's crazy to me that such. It's like I just gave you a plate of food, and then your next thought is to, I want this guy's house, and you
Right.
know what I mean. Like that's the mentality of what I see throughout history of white Christians, white
Yeah,
Americans from back then.
and you're not saying anything that what people say is racist is just fact. Like you mentioned earlier about like every race has their evil, right? And I hear people say that a lot, and I always had a thought in my head like, with white people, it would have to be opposite. Like for us, we'd be like, well, every race has their evil people, like signating that all race is a good race. We just might have bad people
Bad
sometimes,
apples, yeah,
bad
yeah.
apples. But however, white people, you don't say they have bad apples. I wouldn't say they have bad apples. I would probably say they had good apples because the majority would have to be bad. And I would say this is because of this. Everybody always asks me, why do I say this? You can't just blame all white people. And I do not blame all white people. But history has shown me, when I seen good white people stand up for so-called blacks and Mexicans and the indigenous of the land, you know what other white people did to them? They killed them. White men were lynched simply for trying to help black people. So when people tell me, why do I say the things I say? Simply because good white people showed me the character of their people. Good white people have always came up short trying to fight against evil people in their nation, and evil people in their nation is the majority. How else do you enslave millions and millions and millions of people? You don't do that with a minority. You do it with the majority.
Hmm.
With the majority, and I too like so.
Yeah, I know what you mean because I met some great white people there.
Yeah,
You know, they strongly don't agree with.
right.
There's more bad apples amongst the white community, but there is also some good apples amongst that bunch.
Yeah,
And I've had the privilege to meet some of these white
yeah,
people.
man.
You
It
know,
was a lot of good. I
that
mean, I know a couple good white people, man, especially throughout history. Um, I think John Brown is a white man that's pretty good throughout history. I think he was helping slaves escape from slavery, and he
mhm,
was fighting white people in pursuit of trying to help these so-called slaves out, right? These
yeah,
black people out. So they exist throughout history. Of course, we're not just like to say that all white people literally
yeah,
is
yeah,
that's
yeah.
crazy. But however, when we look at ourselves as a nation, we're the only people who, as a nation, we want to look at everybody as an individual inside the nation. Like America ain't never been like, okay, this nation committed a terrorist attack to us. Let's be careful before we go. Before we drop bombs, let's make sure that let's check the content of everybody's character of the land we're about to bomb. Nobody ever says that at all.
Mm-mm.
America has never been like, well, I know these so-called, you know,
Middle
ICE,
Easterns.
yeah,
Yeah.
Middle Easterns them bombed us. I know that 9/11 happened, but I don't think everybody's bad. Did you have a bad apple? No, they still
It's
going to
crazy.
bomb.
It's crazy that you're saying that. It's like a whole nation of million of people, of Middle Easterns, had to pay the crime of a handful of bad apples. That
See
is
what
crazy,
you
dude.
see? I'm trying. That's why, like, when we talk about my content, see, like these things I'm saying, you cannot refute them because this how life work in America.
Yeah.
This is how life's work. So like, but because we're so kind, we would say things like that. Well, not all white people. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I do understand that the man that we're up against, who's oppressing us, he would never do the same. Never.
Yeah, of course not.
Never do the same. A good night, man. I don't know if you're too familiar. Like we was talking about Ukraine earlier, the Ukrainian refugees. A black man has stabbed this girl in a train station.
Yeah.
And you know what white
I
people are
never
saying?
saw. I heard about it. I never really investigated myself, but that was pretty
Pre-
intense.
Pretty intense, right? So you know what white people are saying? They saying because this event, white people are in danger. They call something called black fatigue, basically saying that we're tired of black people. Black people are dangerous. Now imagine some white man experiencing one white woman die by a man who was sick and use it to justify why black people are dangerous. Now, you and I would never see a crime a white man does into somebody else and be like, oh, all white people are bad. We would never do that. However, they will.
Yeah,
They
you're
will
right.
do it. So I teach that, you know what? If I'm really going to be safe in here, I have to equip my mind with the tools I need to survive going against the man that's responsible for the pain and suffering in my neighborhood. Like our lives are not a direct result of our decisions. Like people have this idea that you just are a product of your decisions. I disagree with that. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I disagree with that is because I see white people be so powerful and it was none of their decision. None of it. 70% of wealth today is inherited. It came
Mm-hmm.
straight from what their ancestors passed down to them. So life is not
Mm-hmm.
about making decisions. Our lives are bad right now because of evil decisions evil people had made. So to me, man, this feels like
Yes, it's to us. I think we get generational curses and
right.
trauma, than generational wealth. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like if I could ask you, like when you studying the language of your ancestors, like how does that make you feel? Like when are
I
you
I I feel more connected, bro. Like
connected, right?
I feel more connected. I know myself. I don't feel that I have to agree with these terminologies that were given to me by the colonist. You know, calling me Mexican as if
Mm-hmm.
Mexican is not a race. There's no DNA that can tell
Right,
you, oh, you're
exactly.
100% Mexican. That's just a nationality identity.
Right.
That's why in Mexico, it's also a diverse country,
Mm-hmm.
just as the United States. There's
Mm-hmm.
Afro Indigenous or Afro Mexicanos, depending how they would like to identify as. There's indigenous people, and they also identify as Mexican. There's also white Spanish colonizers that is also in control of Mexico that are pretty much pushing the narrative that the previous colonists set up: classism, colorism, you know, and this function of education was only meant for the rich and not for the poor. Mexico made free education somewhere around the 1990s or 80s. It became public free education. Before
Mm-hmm.
then, you had to have fucking paid to go
Yeah.
to all those 12, from first to all the way to 12th grade. Imagine that, and living in the countryside of Mexico because you were pushed out there because of you couldn't live in the city because you were an indigenous person or an Afro Mexicano or Afro indigenous. Because of your colorism, you're like, I
Right.
can't stay here. I can't stay here. I'm being mistreated on a daily basis just because I came out the way that I look. You know, and it's so a lot of people looked outside of these so-called civilization, major cities like Mexico City, Guadalajara, and all these other places. And they looked for the countryside of Mexico just to live peacefully, bro, and just trying to make a living in a place where you were pushed out, by your ancestors were pushed out to there. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, you know, it's modern day times. Even to this day, my parents came to the United States illegally,
Mm-hmm.
but they came out here in hope to find a better life because we live there. My parents lived in a very impoverished place, bro. Dirt roads, no plumbing, no electricity. Everything was like lit candle, like if it was the fucking
Yeah.
1800s or some shit. Mexico was still going through that in the countryside of Mexico. And Mexico does not give resources to communities such as indigenous or Afro Mexicanos. A lot of them, most of them, are living in poverty. Um, my parents come from the second poorest state of Mexico, so they came up here looking for a better life. First, it was the braceros. United States was looking for workers, so they gave permits to people that would wanted to work in the United States. And my father participated in that and decided to stay uh, illegally. So eventually, I don't know how exactly it happened. He brought my mom and my brothers up here, and yeah, most definitely we had a better opportunity because education obviously was here, was more free. At the time of my brother's age upbringing, that was not free. So it's crazy, And I and
Yeah.
I and I admire and respect their struggle. I may not understand it fully, and because of that, I can't allow myself to say I don't want other people to have the opportunity that my parents were took a chance on. Going to a whole new country, whole new primary language, different customs, similar racism of that of Mexico, but there's more opportunity here than there was in our countryside of Mexico, where my parents are from, where there wasn't enough food sometimes. They had to just eat fucking thick ass tortillas with just a slab of fucking beans smeared onto
Yeah.
there. You know, they weren't eating in the manner that we could eat. You and I, like we can go to the grocery store and go get crab legs or whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't have that opportunity. So them coming over here, I obviously I sometimes take a lot of these things for granted because I was born into this world, into this side of the world. I have the luxury
Yeah.
of having internet, having power, having a nice computer, having
Mhm.
nice clothing or decent clothing. That's the I have to be appreciative of that, bro. Sometimes I do take it for granted because I'm human. I'm not perfect,
Mhm.
but I do have a heart and do have moralities of what my parents have taught me.
Mm.
Even to this
Yeah.
day, they teach me this morality. But the difference is I've had enough of having this submissive mentality. This mentality of like, oh, white people are here, you shouldn't say a word.
Right.
Or saying mistreat them or anything like that. You have to like kind of like put them in a fucking pedestal, and I'm more of like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
what makes you what gives you? Why is your rights more superior or more important than my rights? Are we not the same? Are we not Americans? Like woo, And my parents don't have that mentality. They're more of the submissive side,
Mhm.
because they know they have their own experience of racism, from back in the day, from the 1950s, and they probably just don't want to, I guess they say, stir up the bear or
Right.
stir up, you know what I mean? S-
Exactly.
Or
Yo, and what your parents have did was just so honorable. And and like I was hearing your story, you were saying what your parents had did coming over here, and now you able to live in here and have better things than they ever had. And it just breaks my heart because you would think that, you know, white people will look down at your story, and which is a common story. Parents have always traveled here and got here illegally or stayed here illegally just to give their children a better life. Like you said, your parents are submissive. They never asked for nothing more. The only thing they ever wanted in life was to make sure their child had a better life than them. And you would
hmm
think you would look down on the people that did that and had mercy on them. You would think you'd be like, man, this is such a peaceful and honorable people. Like, look at her sacrifice. Look at that woman's sacrifice. Look at that father's sacrifice from coming over here just to give their child a better life, not them a better life. They didn't do that for themselves. They did it for their
a better
child,
future.
their
Yeah.
better future for their child. And like you said, which is another thing that's so honorable, like I'm always going to mention, we are better because we have more compassion. Like you said, like you take a lot of things from for granted. You understand how your parents lived. And you like, man, I have all this stuff now. I couldn't even imagine going through what they went through. You're like, you know what? Sometimes take things for granted. However, you have a man over top of you oppressing you who can never stop winning. Imagine
Mm-hmm.
that. Imagine you would think he would have this same logic, right? You would think he'd be like, damn, like I should take this life. I should stop taking things for granted. Nah, let me keep on doing what I need to do to hurt these people even more. And that's
Yeah.
the part that really I can't wrap my head around why would the people never stop? You would see 2025 and watch the history of you and I and our people, how we got here and what we're going through, and you would think people would have mercy by now. You
Yeah.
know, and like with the ice raids
Priest
too, if I could. Hmm.
Gadaiwan, I wanna sorry for interrupting you. I see a
No.
comment that says you got a victim mentality. I don't know who he said it towards, whether it's you or me, but I just want to say that you're only an American of United States if you live in United States, and you're only American because those motherfuckers that were victim of a taxation and chose to
Hmm.
rebel, and that's the victim mentality. So that's the only reason, because of a victim mentality, you get a chance to say that you're an American from the United States. And if you're a
Well
Mexican
said, man.
American, and if you're a Mexican American, you're only a Mexican American because of the people that were victimized and have a victim mentality to identify themselves as Chicano. So that identity is a victim mentality. So I don't
Hmm.
know why you think having these discussions publicly that anybody could hear and a different perspective, a set of eyes of how people individually live, but have a commonality amongst that struggle. And
Hmm.
you can't help yourself to recognize that, then I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. If I could too, just to add on, like you said, was just heavy what you said. I don't think we have a I don't think we're victims enough. I think if we really had a big victim mentality, I think we probably would have our own entire country. Like you said, a victim mentality is what got America that people love so much. If it wasn't for those people being victims, they would never separate it and form their own country.
Mm-hmm.
They got their independence by being victims. And don't they understand that right now, Americans, white Americans are complaining about they don't have jobs and they're blaming immigrants? They're becoming victims. And guess what happened about them complaining about so called Mexicans? Now Mexicans are getting deported. Why? Because white people are victims complaining. All they
Mm-hmm.
do is complain. White people today, majority of their wealth comes from government assistance. And guess how they got it? They complained. Complained. The so-called white people came over here on ships. These Jewish, Irish, Italian immigrants came over here and they committed crime and they complained about how they was getting treated unfairly and America gave them jobs. The reason why the Irish are not poor no more
Very.
is because they victims. See, victim mentality is how you get rich in America. The reason why black and Mexicans are poor is because we are not victims. We don't believe we're victims. We don't. Because if
I
we
don't.
did, surely we have money. Surely we'll complain like they complain. But I
Mm-hmm.
think we have the complete opposite.
Yeah, I agree, bro. This I think a lot of the times people speak of ignorance or arrogance or stubbornness that they just choose not to see the reality in the world that we genuinely live in. Whenever I do my content creations, I don't
Hmm.
feed people a fantasy, bro.
Hmm.
A lot of the times, my own people even think that I'm an asshole, that I'm a segregist, if you would like to say.
Mm.
But I'm not being a segregative. I just want for everybody to recognize who they are individually, where
Hmm.
they fit in society. Because a lot of the time, the Mexican American community have this nationalist view amongst themselves, just because they say, "Oh, we're both Mexican," but the person that said that is descends from the colonist, and I descended from the indigenous people. Yeah, we
Mm.
might be Mexican nationalistically,
Hmm.
but just because we are does not mean that I should forget the horror of what my ancestors went through by your ancestors. How are we the same? Our struggle is not the same, bro. We
Right.
may have a national identity the same, but we're not the same people. And because I say things like that, that's me being a separatist or
Not
a
just treat.
divisive behavior. No, I'm
Yeah,
not going to dismiss my ancestors' struggle just because you want to feel nationalism, brotherhood, or whatever the fuck it may be
yeah.
reason. You know, there's a lot of Mexicans. I've at one point I was also a victim of that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized I was smart enough to realize, like, wait. You talk about this white Mexican could talk about unity, but this unity does not resolve the oppression of what colored people feel in Mexico themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The colorism, the classism, the racism, of course. Nothing is resolved with this fucking nationalistic identity that we're all the same. We're all the same. No, we're not. We're not the fucking same. Because if we were the same, none of these things would be occurring in our community. And because I say things like these, I'm divisive. And it's funny to me. It's like I'm supposed to just straight up ignore my ancestors' history for your bullshit nationalistic ideas.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, man. It's a sad thing to hear. It's like just because you want to be able to have what everybody else has, be able to be connected to your ancestors. Like I don't have to. Like that has been a thing that has been plaguing people from succeeding or growing forward. Is the idea that they can't. They make people feel guilty for doing things that every other race could take pride in. Like all you want is to be more connected to your ancestors before they was colonized.
Yeah,
And you would think people be like, well, that's understandable. Then you get the complete opposite reaction.
yeah.
And I realized that in our community, we have a lot of, I mean, I guess in your community too, you have a lot of people who hate their own culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have people who hate their
Yeah.
own culture. We have black people right now who hate black people, hate black
You know,
people.
if you don't mind me making this comment,
Hmm.
there's is that I remember seeing this video where they talked about the terminology, the difference between some black people is that there was the house and then
House
there was
nigga,
the field. Yeah, you
nigga,
know,
yeah, exactly, man. And it's
it's
like, it's
and
crazy.
it's this it's kind of similar to those of people of Mexico. You know,
Hmm. And I think
uh,
this is the reason why for both. And you experience Mexicans. I say Mexicans who vote for Trump, because I see Mexicans all the time. Like I'm with illegal immigration, and their parents was illegal immigrants. And you be like, what in the hell? And black people will say, "Oh, we was better during slavery." I'm like, what in the hell? And I found out the reason why black people, Mexican people who hate their own culture is because one time they was abused for being that culture, and instead of being like, man, the man who abused me is an evil man. Like that's what a free man would think, right? Like if
mm-hmm.
you get jumped, you would be like, man, those people are evil. You would never think to yourself, it was like, man, they treated me like I was not human. That's what most of our people say. Oh, they treated me like I was an animal. That's what a man who has been oppressed would say. A free man would be like, man, those men are animals. Those people are animals. The people who abuse me are animals. So what happens? They start to develop the idea that they was hurt simply for being black, for their culture.
Yeah,
White people hate me for being black. White people hate me for being Mexican. So let me stop being black. Let me stop being Mexican. And the only way white people would probably fake to love me if I say what they feel out loud. A lot of these black people who hate other black people, they just say what white people feel out loud, trying to get white validation. The best way for a black man or a Mexican man to get rich in America is just hate his own people. That in 2025, all you have to do is make you an Instagram account and talk bad about your own people, and it's guaranteed that you will make money today.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
see that shit.
Yeah.
I see that, and you know, being a third person, you know, watching, you know, African Americans, you know, side with Trump and all this,
Hmm.
like, and also even amongst my own community, that shit's like fucking like I can't help to think like, dude, you're just gonna straight up blatantly ignore the the bloody history
Right.
that we have given by these people, and you're seeking validation by the motherfuckers that did that to you. You know,
Right.
there's Native Americans in the United States that feel some type of way, um, and for whatever reason they feel kind of threatened by me. Perhaps these are just individuals. I
Mhm.
don't I don't think that they're the whole nations like that, but individuals like, oh, you're not a federal recognized tribe, and my thought process is like, why do I need their validation? The motherfucker that oppressed my people. Why do I need
Right.
their validation to say that I'm indigenous? I know I'm indigenous, and I know the history that went down and to my people, and also the history of my family. You know, and for a person to be like, oh, you're not indigenous because you're not validated by the fucking colonizer.
Right.
I'm supposed to be impressed by that just because you got a what a shiny let's say a shiny paper just to say that you are indigenous. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to be somehow impressed by
Mm.
that?
I
You
didn't know
know?
that. So like basically some people have papers that show they're indigenous and they will be
Yeah,
hating on other people who don't have that paper and be like, "Well, prove it, prove it."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn.
There's that. You know, and like I said, I don't know why these people feel the need to boast to an individual like myself, and I personally I mean, I'm supportive of other indigenous people, but
Mhm.
to an extent, because I also see a lot of hypocrisy or not the same energy in return. You know,
Mhm.
I see a lot of Mexican Americans or just Mexicans, but more Mexican Americans being extremely supportive to the indigenous people of the United States, what we know as United States now. And but when it comes to causes that I guess to say for them to return the favor towards us, there's minimum to none. I don't see that same energy in return. And because I see it, I don't see it. I don't really necessarily participate. Like, I'll repost or whatnot, but I
Mhm.
don't speak of it. You know, um, just because I don't really see that in return. You know, why are these nations not standing up for the people that are indigenous people trying to look for a better life? You know,
Yeah.
like the people that come up here to United States, quote unquote, illegally. You know, obviously it comes from all over the world,
Right.
but they target more the the Mexican,
Yeah,
the
the people that hate.
Salvadorian, yeah, yeah, and those people that they hate are indigenous people, bro.
Right.
My parents are we're mixed. You know, I'm a mixed individual. I was just blessed by my ancestors to come out look at the way that I look, but I know that I'm mixed and all that. But the people that do come up here, like 90% of them are all indigenous people looking trying to look for a better life because their country is not giving them that opportunity. And why are they not giving them that opportunity? Because the United States has flirted with all Latin America for their resources, you know, igniting uh civil war, igniting, you know, just fucking up the government, bro.
Right. Now you
Because
said like
because I want to say, like, for example,
mhm.
Panama used to be part of Colombia, if I'm not, or Ecuador. I forgot what country it was. One of those two. They were a part of it. They were a part of the territory. The United States went into that region, and they wanted to make the Panama Canal. So we're like, we're gonna supply you da da da, so you guys can get you guys' independence, and just now who owns the Panama Canal? United States. You know,
Yeah.
and that's where it's one of the man-made water trails to cross resources. But it all because they all are doing it just to benefit United States even more. So United States has done a lot of heinous crimes in South America, secretively or publicly, but a lot of the times their hatred is towards indigenous people. And I don't see other indigenous people of the United States even assisting. Some have, but not too much.
Right.
They're not assisting at all. So it makes me like, what the fuck? Like, why do I gotta give you 110% and I only get like 30 in return or some shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's indigenous people that try to boast on me, and a lot of them are like, "Oh, you're a half breed. You're not full blooded like I am, and this and that." I don't give a fuck, motherfucker. Like say that in my face. We'll see. I'll prove you how full
Yeah,
blood and where my heart is at. You know, I'll show you
yeah,
where my heart is at. You know, and how, and then the type of individual that I am, brother, is that I seek, yeah, like anybody else, I seek success, but I also want to see my people also be successful. You know,
right.
I don't want to, like, if I made it, let's say, for example, suddenly I became a fucking billionaire, dude, I would try to figure out ways to use that resource to help the community
Yeah, help your
of
people.
yeah, help my people. I want shit. If I was a billionaire, bro, I would go back to my parents' village and be like, "Yo, we're gonna fix up these roads. We're gonna
Hmm.
put system all over. You know what I mean? Plumbing.
Yeah,
Actually, have a better electrical. You know, figure it all out. You know, I would,
yeah, man.
I would be that. That's when I would be the happiest because I feel like I had accomplished something for my people.
Right,
You know, it's not really like a selfish mindset. A lot of it is like I'm wanting to be an inspiration, wanting to wake up those that are like myself. You know, like you don't have to feel shitty for being melanated. You know, that's another thing
right.
too. The colorism. There's a lot. When I was growing up, brother, I used to hate my skin color. I was like,
Damn,
yo,
man, for
you
real.
know, yeah, hell yeah. You know how many, bro. When I the way that I grew up amongst my community, the quote unquote Mexican American community, a lot of them
Hmm.
were like, you're not Mexican, you're black. They would tell me that I was African American, bro.
Mm,
And so my own community was exiling me because of my color.
hmm.
And then, obviously I knew over time, I know that United States also didn't like people of my color
Yeah,
because I would see the crimes done onto black
yeah,
people
yeah.
or woo, woo, woo. So my mentality was like, I'm shunned away for being brown. I'm shunned away for being indigenous and not looking European enough, not
So how did
white.
that make you feel? Like, what did you do? Like, if you, meaning like, your people was like, nah, you're not one of us, then you go
Mm-hmm.
into see how the other people is being treated. Like, where was you at in that point in your life? Like,
I had an epiphany, bro. I had an epiphany when I was 18.
mm,
I started to like realize like the fuck, like I started embracing my who I am. I was like, I'm brown because that's the color of my ancestors. You know, I'm brown because I am Native American or I'm indigenous, Mesoamerican or Indígena. I
mm,
started to feel that self empowerment, you know? And then I started telling all those motherfucking white Mexicans to be like, fool, you descend from the colonizer, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started reversing that shit to them.
yeah,
They try to belittle me for being brown. So I started reversing that. I was like you came out white because you Spanish descent. You know, you're not from
yeah,
here. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm
It seems
brown.
like that's kind of like your plight is kind of like with us and Africans. So, black people was taken from Africa because that's where they was dwelling at the time, but they're not Africans, right?
Mhm. No,
So
I know where you're going with that because
yeah,
it's similar to the Mexican American community in the
yeah,
sense of like people of Mexico don't see the Mexican Americans as full Mexicans, but there's no such thing as a fucking full Mexican, bro.
right.
Like it's that nationalistic mentality. I'm telling you,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
But we get
I
people
mean,
like that too. Like okay, so for example, if I take somebody from Africa, right, who came over here because their mom was a doctor, their parents was lawyers, and America allowed them to come over here because they was already successful and already college educated where they was at in Africa, come over here, they look down on black Americans. I'm talking about they look down on them so bad. They look at them like they are the reason for why they're poor. And they have, and to us, we are two separate people. Like you said, those white Mexicans, they descend from those colonizers. Those are Spaniards. However, you are indigenous. You're different. Although we have the same nationality, if we want to play games, we all American. That's my
yeah,
national. When I get that nationality, that's my citizenship,
yeah,
American. However, I'm not the same as other Americans. We
yeah,
have different backgrounds.
yeah. Of course,
So
you're right.
I understand it, man.
Yeah, just I don't know what it is. There's there's a lack of education and self-awareness amongst the Mexican American community, and even within Mexico itself too. You know, uh, it didn't get here overnight, and I don't think I would ever see the dreams of my ancestors. You know how we know, like, oh, the American dream. Like, why is that so more? Why is that more valuable than the indigenous dream, the African dream, the Middle Eastern dream? Why is the American dream more valuable than those wishes and desires of our
Yeah.
great grandparents? You know, wanting us to have a better life. You know, not necessarily thinking selfishly, but more of like in the future base. Like, I want my great childrens to have the best education or whatever it might be, the inspiration behind it or the motivation, you know. All right, priest, I think we're gonna have to end it. We've been at it for an hour and 20 minutes, you
Yeah,
know, and
man. I
I
appreciate you
man
for having me on, man. I really appreciate
I
having this dialogue, man.
I'm probably gonna have ask you again to return soon because I'm telling you, bro, when I first seen you, I was impressed. You know, I was like, man, this motherfucker is like, I love that you're outspoken, you speak your mind, you see in a you see things in a different light, and
Yeah.
it's similar to the things of what I like, the way I look at things. And that's why I was like, what? Like this guy's dope.
Yeah. Appreciate it,
Hey,
man. It really means a
how
lot.
old are you, my bro?
Twenty
If I don't,
26.
bro, at your age, I was nowhere near your intelligence, bro. It's taken me 36 years to know the things that I know, and you should be proud of that because there's a lot of people out there, bro, that just live day to day blindly, like
Yeah.
robots, so to say. You know, they're modern day slaves, but they don't
Hmm.
even know it. Like
Well,
it's
like you know how like you always like to, and I know we're finna get off, but like you say, you studied your ancestors. I have always been a thing where I like to be around older and wiser people than me. So like
right.
even this conversation me and you had, like you gave me an entire different experience of life that I don't have to necessarily walk in, but now I feel like I have experienced it because you shared to me your experience, which I'm grateful for.
That's
So,
likewise. It's exactly how I feel, bro. Whenever I see the blacks, the American black African American
mhm,
struggle, I feel relation to it. I feel a
right,
commonality. I might not fully extently understand it because I'm not of that
right,
racial or ethnic background, but I can respect it and acknowledge that. And I
right,
also see the flaws, but every community has their flaws, you know. But I love what you said. You know, there's more bad apples on you know.
right. That's it. That's all you need to
That,
know. So
you know,
look,
I agree with that one. That was a good one. I love that one.
yeah,
That was a good. I know. I was like, how come I never thought of
yeah.
that? But
That's how it
it's
is,
very
man.
true. It's
Yeah,
very
it's
true because
true.
I've seen that shit throughout my life, bro. This
Yeah,
immigration reform and immigration things that's been going on now. This ain't the first time I ever saw it, bro. I've seen it since I was a little toddler, bro. Like you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and just to continuously see that shit is just it's constantly reminding me that I'm not wanted here, but I'm not having left because I feel like why are their rights or their rights is more why is their rights more important than mine, you know?
Exactly, exactly.
You know,
And like
like
you said,
I'm
like hypothetically, like you said, there's so many different religions in the world, but everybody believing in the higher power, you should think that everybody deserves this one thing, being treated as a human, at least bare
facts.
minimum, right?
Of
Regardless of what
course.
religion you believe in,
Yeah.
bare
You're
minimum.
right. Bare minimum.
So,
I'm more of like believe whatever you want to believe in, you know?
hmm,
I don't I don't really push my views onto people. I speak
hmm,
of my views, and
hmm,
if people agree with them, then by all means, you know, do be, your own spiritual journey. You know,
right, right,
um, who am I to say that you're wrong? You know, or just because it's a different perspective of mine.
right.
I feel like we can coexist and respect one another because we want to be treated like humans, bro.
Yeah,
You know, there's a lot of people that I don't agree with, but I'm not out there hunting them down and like like with hatred or anything like that. I'll
yeah,
be like, yo, this is my thought, this is my perspective, this is what I see, this is
yeah,
my experience, that I'm living in, and I'm
exactly.
trying to make the best of it as much as possible. I think a lot of us were all, if you're from the low income families or mid, a lot of us have our own hands to deal with, our own We have to all participate in this system of way of living that our people didn't necessarily create, but we have to forcefully be participate, you know, in
Yep.
order to quote unquote live.
Yeah.
If it was like back in them days, make your hut, go hunting, or you know what I mean, to survive. I don't think a lot of these people would be out here,
Yeah.
but but yeah, man, I love that you. I knew there was gonna be a
Appreciate
great conversation and interaction with you, bro. When I was like, this guy right here, this young man is. I'm telling you,
appreciate
bro.
it, man.
You have a good head on your shoulders, my brother. I love it. I love it.
Man. Appreciate for being on here, man. It means a lot to me.
Same, likewise. Yeah, we'll see when we can do this again. I really appreciate it. I hope the viewers also enjoyed some of the perspectives we've shared, and I know that obviously we had a couple uh jerks on the comments, but
Oh man. Well, if I
not very
could
many.
too. I have
You know.
so I teach class, like you said you teach. I teach also on throughout the week. I teach a lot. I like majority of my time is teaching.
Hmm.
And hecklers is like you wouldn't imagine how many hecklers I get on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
like is that I kind of at this point hecklers always give you an alley oop to your talking points because you just could like we did today. Like you made that excellent point about America being here because of victims. Like that
Yeah.
only is we only could get say things like that because you have hecklers in there and spewing their talking points that what you're gonna find out is that majority of the world believes in what those hecklers believe in. So you get to
Hmm.
destroy them. So like I
Yeah.
said, I appreciate it. I appreciate the platform. I appreciate you having me. I would never would expect for me to be here. You ain't even invite me here, man. It's crazy how life works. But
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm thankful for everything, man.
Yeah, me too, bro. I knew I appreciate your perspective like a lot. I don't even want to say like I don't even say I don't really throw flowers too much like that. But for me, I feel like you do deserve them. You know,
Appreciate it, man.
I've had the privilege to have some public figures. Like I had a interview with Taboo from Black Eyed Peas.
Mm,
It was dope. But I never like found out, bro.
yeah,
Because I'm like everybody's the same.
right.
I try to treat everybody fair, but barely anybody ever impressed me, bro. And you're one of the motherfuckers that I could say that you did impress me.
Appreciate
And
it, man.
I don't really say that often, especially on the internet. Fool, fucking crazy ass people on here, Don.
Nah, man, I really appreciate it, man. For real, that's what I do it for, man. I just want to, you know, brothers like yourself, just to really see out there there's people out there that's fighting for you, regardless if you believe that we two different people. That you have our support, at least have my support in everything that you're going through, and I understand it.
Yeah,
I understand it, and I see it, and I recognize it, and because of that reason, we share the same oppressor, and because we're brothers, I will fight for them. I will fight for you. So that's pretty what I do it for.
thanks, bro. I appreciate those kind words.
Yep.
So we're gonna end this right now, and thank you for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the interaction that me and Priest Gadaiwan had,
Hmm.
and yeah, hopefully some of y'all learned something, looked at the world in a different set of eyes. But all right, till next
All right.
time.
All right.